Dodgy Beats.
Plug in the charger. And we did.
Good boy. Good boy.
Thank you.
Are you talking to me?
Alright, shit, my bad.
Oh, Jenny's my tree. He's such a really little boy, isn't he?
Listen, man. I've been called worse.
Fuck off, you fat cunt, they're my gates.
Yeah, that's normal.
Oh man, your skating video wasn't half as funny as I wanted it to be. Not even close.
That shit's hard, man.
You did it all right though. You were like, you were doing your thing for sure.
When I when I was like finishing up, there was like the whole time I was there was this dad with his kids there playing basketball or something or whatever. And then when I finished, he kind of come over and he was like, what are you doing? You filming yourself? I was like, yeah, just learning how to skate. He's like, how long have you been skating? I was like, it's my second day. He's like, you're doing good, man. He's like, you're very slow, but you're doing good. I was like, all right.
Yeah, you did a shit ton better than I would have done. That's for sure.
Yeah, man. Nah, it's all good. It's all good. It's like I've been watching like so many of these like videos, these skating videos and shit. It's like all around the world, man. Guys in London, like skating through like Central, going from Brixton and stuff, and then like these girls out in LA doing it. There's like guys in Japan and China. It's like
yeah, man. My friend Jeanette, she where does she live? She lives like Baker Street or something like that, and she reckons she could get anywhere around like kind of Central and South and West within like half an hour on skates.
Yeah, probably
straight through.
Yeah,
she's really good though. She lives in Hong Kong now,
yeah.
and she skates all around Hong Kong. But she's pretty hardcore about it.
Yeah, we'll see, man. That's why like my energy is kind of low right now because I'm tired. I did like an hour and a half of skating, but you know what? It's funny, yeah, because it's really cardio, but it's not like cardio as in you're like out of breath and sweating.
Yeah.
It's like just walking up and down really for like an hour and a half.
Yeah. And well, you don't do any cardio at all, do you?
No, not.
I love the fact that you're a fitness icon and you don't do any cardio.
Well,
you haven't eaten a vegetable in like 15 years.
Okay, right. So full disclosure, I am not a fitness. You can't. I guess I used to be, but today for my dinner, this is what my dinner was. My dinner was a salad. Yeah, it was avocado, mango, banana, and spinach.
Nice.
That was my dinner.
Yeah, nice.
So every now and then, you know what I mean? I mix it up. I get in these little like these health kick phases. So we're kind of in one now. And that's how roller skating actually happened, because I was like, I need to do something. What else can I do to make me like more active without like stressing myself out over it? Because I don't know, I do like the gym or whatever, but it doesn't excite me how it used to. Like when I go to the gym, like back in the early Atomic Hooligan tour days, I'd be sitting with you lot reading bodybuilding magazines, yeah. And
I remember, yeah. I remember you losing your absolute shit at where were we? I think it was Berlin or something like that. Or we were in Germany or somewhere, I can't remember, and there was like a world famous bodybuilder there, and it was like
yeah, that guy. No, he wasn't. I thought he was. I thought it was what's his name? Kai whatever. And I thought it was Kai Green. It looked exactly like him, but like a slightly smaller version. I was like, oh my God, nah. I was like, it's gotta be him. It's gotta be him. But
you turned into like a 15-year-old girl at a One Direction concert for about 2 minutes.
But like at that time, yeah, going to the gym was like exciting as fuck. And all I would do is go to the gym, wake up, eat, go to the gym, come home and just read bodybuilding magazines until I could go back to the gym in the evening. Yeah. Like every single day. And having days off were like, because you gotta have your rest days, were killer. Like not being able to go to the gym was a killer. And it was exciting. Whereas now I go to the gym and I'm just like, even if I have the motivation to get there, by the time I get there, I'm just like, man, let me just do some shit and get the fuck out. Like none of it doesn't feel the same at all. None of it excites me. None of it's fun. Whereas skating right now is like, it's fun. Like this morning I woke up wanting to skate. It was raining. I was pissed off. Like, damn, I can't even skate.
Yeah,
like, I've never had that. I haven't had that for the gym for a very, very, very long time.
I don't think I've had that about anything apart from going to the Carhartt shop. But you do get on like, and in a good way. It's not like a piss take at all. You do get like kind of pretty dominated by stuff when you get into it.
Yeah.
Like you're all about that for like kind of for however long it is. Sometimes it's a long time, sometimes a shorter time. Like when you really got into like speaking Cantonese, like learning Cantonese, stuff like that. Like it's good. It's a wicked thing to have because like not many people can get excited about stuff.
Some things stick. So like, there's kind of like overarching things that last forever. So I would say like obviously music has lasted very long, but like basketball was one for a good probably 6-7 years, which kind of stopped when I got more serious into music. But yeah, learning Mandarin for a little bit and learning Japanese. Japanese is kind of stuck for a while. I've been doing that for a couple of years now, like not full on, but. It's man. I like to have hobbies, man. I like to have things to kind of break my time up. Photography, making videos. A lot of the stuff I do, I make content out of it and figure out how can my hobby become like, I mean, how can you make money out of it or whatever?
I mean, that's all I did. That's all I've ever done is like the stuff that I got obsessed with as a teenager. Is the stuff that I do for a living now or am still completely obsessed with. Like, I don't know. Every now and then, like, Marvel. I've got really back into Marvel again, but that's purely because I was into Marvel as a kid. I was into comics as a kid as well. I don't know. I don't think there's anything that's come around in like the last kind of 10 years. Potentially, maybe apart from crack. I'm really objective for a little while. No.
Crack and cheese.
But I don't think there's anything that's like. This really like kind of made me feel that, you know, I want to get up in the morning and do it.
Yeah.
What about you, Becky?
I never want to get up.
No, yeah, to be honest.
I was saying the other day, like that phrase in itself, that's like if you said that to a psychiatrist, they'd be like, yeah, you're depressed, man. You need help and shit. But like, if you say it to your friends,
I probably do need help.
It will always be. It's always going to be a joke, isn't it? Like, depressed cunt. And I was listening to
I think they see my depressed. He's being hilarious.
I was listening to Brits and Kane's Lemon Pepper Freestyle, right? And there's a lot of stuff he says on there. He speaks about his brother and his family and stuff, and talks about suicide attempts and shit. And it's like, you never listen to it and go, rah, fuck, man. Are you okay? Like, are you getting the help you want? You're just like, oh my God, that was such a sick bar. And people do that shit to me with Breakdown. They're like, yeah, man. Oh, that trap, man, it's fucking amazing. It's like, yeah, cheers, thanks. My life is falling apart. Glad you enjoyed it.
That was literally me crying. You're
like
crying, entertaining.
Like literally, man. But it's like, man, it's a good beat though. Like it, yeah, man, wicked.
Those bars were sick. What, the bit where I said, I felt like I was committing suicide.
That's like Tupac, innit? Tupac was always saying he wanted to blow his brains out and stuff, innit? But then, did anyone ever reach out to him, or did they just try and make money out of him?
I'm not sure. I guess like he had his friends or whatever. Like you're close.
Yeah.
You know what? Some parts of it is like, you always have this feeling, especially when you don't know somebody. And you know what? So little while ago, like maybe probably like last month or the month before, when I was like on Twitter every day talking about how depressed I was and shit, and like loads of people would reach out and be like, yo, bro, man, if you want to talk, but it's never like, the problem is it's always strangers. So it's never going to be like, yeah, I'm going to talk to you. Like, it's like, I'm going to probably talk to people that I'm close to. So I kind of get why people don't want to reach out. But sticking, like, I have no plan for this episode today. I don't know what the fuck we were going to talk about.
I never knew we had plans for episodes.
Yeah,
sometimes
very rarely we have plans nowadays.
I
mean, Jen might have a little plan at the back of his head for stuff.
Yeah, I don't tell you the plan, but every now and then something will happen and I'll just kind of remember it. I used to the first couple of episodes, I would write things down and be like, let's talk about this. But
I think we should do like a Joe Budden podcast and fire one of us, like either me or AT.
Wait, don't.
Oh, what, has he fired people?
Now, wait, man, don't bury the fuck. Is that where we're going to start? Is that where we're going?
No,
fuck it.
No, I don't really know that much about it. I just saw a little clip.
Fuck it, let's go. Let's start there then. Yeah, man, it was funny. So what happened is I woke up and someone was like, oh, wait, Maul and Rory got fired again. Or they're not on the podcast again.
Did Maul get fired as well then?
Yeah, man.
Did he?
So he doesn't do it on the podcast. He doesn't fire them right then and there.
They weren't there. But he
okay,
says, you're fired. He's talking to the empty space in the seat. He goes, you're fired. You're not welcome back here again.
Oh my days.
And
why?
He was like really...
He sounds like MC Search on that TV show, Terry, like when he goes, step off,
yeah,
step off.
That has dominated me for like the last week or so, the White Rapper show. But he probably went in, didn't he? Like, I don't know, I don't particularly like Rory very much. The only person I actually like on there is Maul.
Who's Rory?
And the guy, the guy that's always behind the camera.
Parks.
Oh, you mean on thingy?
Like Parks.
Yeah,
you're talking about the Joe Budden one, yeah?
Yeah, we're sticking to one subject, AC. It's like because it's a podcast, so we try to stick with so the listeners can kind of.
We try and make it as listenable as possible.
Yeah, it's a new thing I'm trying. I don't know if it'll stick. But we'll see.
I thought we'd left that already. And we were on the White Rapper show.
No, we're not. We definitely wouldn't talk about the fucking White Rapper show.
Yeah, because I thought when Terry said, Rory and like, I thought Terry was on first name.
This is why I think if either of us is going to get fired, it's got to be AC, to be honest.
You can't fight AC because he's like, only if it's me and you, we're going to be talking serious shit. We need fucking...
It's just me there to fuck it all up, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's how it's about chemistry. I think the Joe Budden situation, I'm really torn, because I kind of agree on both sides. So
I do as well.
This is the issue, yeah. Joe Budden has started something and made something out of nothing. He's kind of found himself in this situation, yeah. And along the way, people have kind of joined, and then there's become a part where his friends have become a part of it. One of his real friends, which is Maul, who he's known for a long time, but there's issues between them. And then there's Rory, who's come along, who's more like an industry friend, who's become a friend. Right. Yeah,
they'd known each other before the podcast, though, didn't they? They were like friends and whatever before the podcast.
But he didn't know Rory until All I've Lost. So that's like his last album. Yeah, so it's really not that what are we talking? Like less than 10 years.
Yeah.
So now the issues happened where he's making deals and trying to do stuff. They want to know what's going on. But in a way that he's not appreciative in the way they're approaching him. So, it's a different situation, man. Like if you think of our podcast, like us, it's just me going, "Hey guys, you want to do a podcast?" There's nothing involved in it. If it became something bigger and it became a situation where someone's like, "Yeah, we're looking to buy it and put money into it," then obviously you're gonna get paid because you're working, right?
Mm.
But then it's up to whoever started it, my intellectual property, to decide. How do I want to bust it down? How do I want to break it down? Do I want it to, or it might not be me. It might be, they might go, listen, we want all three of you, okay? And we're going to do a joint partnership and we're going to break it down individually. That's how we're going to do it.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, it's your idea, your concept, your execution, you're the driving force really behind it. Like, so, and that's the same, I mean, his name is literally on the podcast.
Yeah, so there we are. So the situation is what he's been like. It's been like, no, it's my thing. I'm keeping 100% of it the whole way. That's what it is. And I guess it's weird because he's somebody who always preaches about equity and giving people ownership and having ownership, which makes sense because he's about ownership. But then when someone who's working with him says, "Yo, I want ownership as well," he's like, "Nah, not doing that. This is my thing. You cannot buy into this." So, but again, it's his prerogative. Like, you can do that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think.
But did he start? Was that person there from the start?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Like
But the thing about that is as well, if you had the the Maul and Rory podcast, which is probably going to happen now anyway, but
they can't because he said he's going to sue him. He said if they do it, he said if you do it, I will sue the pants off you.
Really? Well,
Yeah,
I'm
like
sure how he
How can you
behaves.
sue them for doing their own?
Because
Yeah, can't sue them
you
for
have
doing their own thing.
a non-compete clause. If you sign a contract, so I say right, guys, I've got some money for this shit. You two need to sign contracts that you're part of this. Boom, boom, boom. You also have a non-compete. So if you get sacked, you can't start your own podcast.
But if there's a contract in place, that's a different thing. But
but see,
at the same time, right? The Maul and Rory podcast, if that was just a thing before the Joe Budden podcast, no one would have really given a shit. Like it would have been an all right podcast. People probably would have listened. The Joe Budden podcast is a phenomenon because of Joe Budden. Like, and that's the only. Like, even if you go on there and your favourite person on there is Maul, which for me it is, like, and I like Parks. So I think Rory's a bit of a dick, to be honest. But it's Joe Budden's thing. Like, it wouldn't exist. There wouldn't be that universe that rotates around. Now, if he decides that he doesn't want to pay anybody to be on there and they're getting exposure from being on there, as long as that was agreed in the first place, then that's what it is, isn't it?
But then that's the problem. They were getting paid. They were getting paid really well. So like the issue was, you lot are getting paid really well just to come in and talk. Like you're getting paid more than you should be getting paid. They were getting paid while there wasn't even a deal in place. There was no deal for what Joe Budden and Ian were saying. Big up Ian. Ian follows me on Twitter. Boom, boom. And Ian was saying, like, we're doing this with no deal. There was no deal in place. And we're still paying you more. Everybody got a raise. There's no deal and everybody got a raise. And one of the issues was Rory was saying, yo, like, how are we giving so-and-so a raise? And Joe Budden was like, who the fuck are you to even say? Like, it's nothing to do with you. I'm going to give a raise who I want to give to. So there's that side of things. But then there's the other side where it's like good business and friendship. I know business and friendship aren't supposed to mix. But to me, that's only because a lot of times when people talk about good business, they're talking about something that's not very friendly. So Joe Budden saying, yo, if you two start a podcast, I'm suing you. To me, that might be the contract, but as I don't think that benefits you. And I would be and I don't think it would really hurt me either or hurt the show. So if you two decided, yo, we're doing our own podcast, I'd be like, all right, cool, like that benefits you. And if you two are my friends, I want you to do well in it. Like I would never want it to be in a position where I'm like, nah, I'm trying to hurt what you're doing. And that never sits well with me. When I was signed to Broken Souls, I remember when White Coat left, and White Coat was saying, yeah, they're not letting me do any music because I got a non-compete for a year, so I can't do any music for a year. And I remember thinking, like, R.I.P. Ims, but I remember thinking, if he tried that shit with me, I'll fuck him up. And he would never try that shit with me. Like, I don't care, contract or no contract. You are not stopping me from doing what I do. Like,
it's how enforceable that is as well, to be honest. How like, because there's agreements that are out there, like non-competing agreements and NDAs and all that kind of stuff. It just depends how actually enforceable they are. Like, if you're willing to just go out and go, fuck it, I'm just going to do it anyway. Is Joe Budden really going to, like, kind of sue them for that? I don't know.
Because if they did a podcast, and they said it was someone else's podcast and they just going on guesting on it, then can he do them? Nah,
probably not.
So they can do that.
You could be a guest. I'm a guest on this podcast every week.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're actually the ghost writer, innit? You're actually the real person in charge, but you just got a figurehead. So they could do that.
There's ways, man. To me, man, I just seen like these non-compete clauses just ruin people's lives. You remember that singer? I think her name was Rachel something. She was on X Factor. Black girl. She was incredible.
Oh yeah, she was really good. Yeah.
She got. I think they like kicked her off, then brought her back because she was like.
She always used to cry about her kids. She had
yeah. So they were like,
kids.
They're basically.
They all cry about their kids or something on there.
I don't know. Everyone's got a sob story, innit? They all have.
They do have a sob story, but it was one of them ones where she's a black woman. Everything she does, she's an angry black woman, and it's like when you look back, it was some mad racist shit. Anyway,
She's from Liverpool.
Rich media racist, never.
Yeah.
Mixed race girl from Liverpool, yeah, that one.
Nah, black.
Is that the one?
Yeah. Nah, she was.
Oh, I don't. No, I've got it mixed up then. Yeah, I thought it was the mixed race one from Liverpool. You're talking about.
But she had kids too. I think she had like 4 or 5 kids. She had a lot of kids, and crazy, amazing voice. Gets to the TV rounds, doesn't make it. They don't sign her, so I don't think she even did the tour. I think after the show was done, she was done. Yeah.
Who was she up against? Was it Cher Lloyd? That one? Was it the one that she was there?
Nah, it couldn't have been. It was after that. Oh. I'll find out in a bit. But yeah. So she non-compete clause, can't do shit. Tried to do some shit. Tried to put a single out. X Factor people came through, Psycho whatever came through, shut it down. And then she just never got back into it. She had a single, like she had a sick track, but wasn't allowed to just promote it or do anything about it, and just killed her career, man.
But could she have done it in another name? Could she have just chosen another name? Because like when I had the non-compete thing in the contract they tried to give me, and my lawyer just made all that just go away.
Yeah.
It was like if you release under this name that you signed to them as. So if I released under AC, then I couldn't do it. But if I change my name, then I can
grab our knobs.
Yeah, if I did that, yeah. I could do that. But that's like most of them are like that, isn't it? That's why so many producers in dance music had all these different names, isn't it? And then they just release stuff anyway.
Yeah, I had I literally just worked with somebody who did that. Rachel Hilton, her name was Rachel Hilton. I don't know what she's doing now, but I've messaged her because what I did this little video just for myself. She had this song called Summer's Day, and I took it and put it on like a little family video, and I sent it to her. She was like, "Oh, that's wicked." But yeah, man, it's just sad to see like obviously you could use a different name, but you're like, that's my fucking name, man. It's me. That's who I am. Like,
but I mean, they might have even said in her non-compete thing that you can't use any flipping name.
Maybe
just you can't compete with us or something.
Yeah, they're pretty watertight, those ones, aren't they? Like the ones from X Factor and Simon Cowell and all those ones. They're I mean, the industry's just fucking littered with people that have been shit on by Simon Cowell, isn't it?
It's the contract. There's a guy on YouTube who was reading the contract, and it's just nuts, man. Like what you're signing, but it's that whole thing is. It's so you're just exploiting people, man. You're exploiting people, and yeah. I remember having this conversation. It's actually funny. I remember having this conversation with Ashley before Raxu went to X Factor, and he was just saying like, should he do it? Like, is it something that I think they should do? And I was just like, yeah, but as long as you just know the risks, innit?
Is he doing stuff now? I don't really know him. I've chatted to him a couple of times. Like when I made some beats for Ruthless years ago, he hit me up and like asked me for like some kind of sound-alike beats for the stuff that I did for Ruthless.
Sick.
And it just never happened in there. I think he was at uni in Manchester or Birmingham or something like that at the time. Okay. He get back down to Watford. Is he still doing stuff?
Yeah, man. They just put out the whole of them, Raxu. They just put out something recently, man.
Is it? Good. Yeah, I don't want them to get chewed up and fucking spit out.
But it's tough though because they got dropped by the label, so they're independent right now. But
really,
yeah. But to be fair, they're in a much better position than a lot of people because they already had because they won. They're the winners, so their fan base is massive. So even if you lose the machine, you still can. Even if you could just keep 20-30% of your fan base you had before, you're still gonna do okay. You can still claw that through, but it's not plain sailing, man. They're working hard. I think we're gonna do a song together actually for my album.
Wicked.
I'm trying to get Naughty Boy, man. I'm like, Naughty Boy, give me a beat, man. Like
let's
do the Watford thing, man. Come on.
Yeah.
But I met him on Life and Lyrics. That's when I first met him. It was a film with Asher D and all that in it.
Okay.
And then me and him were extras in that.
See.
And then I just lost touch with him.
See. So, now he's cool. I met him a few times with Mike Righteous. Obviously, they were always together before they stopped being cool. But I remember it's funny because I was filming for SBTV And this was way before he hadn't had any singles with Beyonce and shit. He was just like Mike Righteous's boy or producer. And he's come up to me, he's like, you're Genesis Elijah. I was like, yeah. He's like, you live in Watford, didn't it? I was like, yeah, man. He's like, yeah, man, I'm from Watford too. I was like, oh shit. It's sick. But yeah, man, Watford got talent, man.
Problem is when people blow up, then they're the people who are their managers and all this kind of shit, they won't let them just work with anyone, innit?
I get that.
If you're gonna work with someone, it's got to be
above.
Say that again.
It's got to be above you.
Yeah. Something that's gonna help your career and all that shit, innit?
You're basically, You're from like
man.
That,
Shut the fuck up, man. You got to bleep that out.
Bleep that out,
Bleep that out, I don't want people to know where I live.
That's basically though. Like,
no.
Northwest London is like.
Yeah, Northwest London. Yeah.
That's
like that. No. Northwest London. Keep it like that.
Like fucking.
What? I don't want people to know where I live. Fucking hell, man.
AC don't even live in London.
I get people knocking on my fucking door. That's the last thing I want, man. Yeah.
We'll go around knocking on every single door in.
For fuck's sake, you know, man. I have to fucking edit this shit out. It's so annoying. You don't understand. You don't understand how fucking annoying it is to have to edit shit out.
Sorry.
No, don't even say that. It's too close,
it's
man.
Scotland. Listen.
Yeah.
AC lives in Scotland. AC lives in Scotland, yeah? If you want to see AC, go Scotland, knock on all the doors, you will find him.
Yeah. Go to Digbeth in Birmingham. That's where he lives.
Fuck it.
I thought I was in Scotland, man.
Yeah, Scotland, Birmingham. It's all north of there.
Scotland's near Birmingham. Terror!
That's 3. Make a note of this time limit. What's the time code, man? What's the time code? It's 3 of them. 3 of them.
3 of them things. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. So what else has been going on? What were we talking about before? What did you want to? I don't know. Actually, no, we're not talking about that. You talking about some white rapper shit. What the fuck was that?
I don't know. You tell me.
The fucking white rappers. Do you know this week has been MC Surge? Like that fucking guy annoys the absolute living tits off me as well. But
I'd never heard like him much like rapping. I've never heard him rap. Yeah, I only associated him with being Nas, the guy who executive produced Nas' first album. In it, is that right?
He was in Third Base, wasn't he?
Yeah. So I knew that. I think I've seen them on Arsenio Hall. I watched one where they performed on there, but it was a bit. The Third Base were kind of before I kind of knew about stuff, so I didn't really know about them.
They were quite early. It was like late 80s, early 90s. Like I used to really, really like Third Base when I was at school.
I always tell the story about when I first got into rap, yeah? So the cassette I had was Ice Cube, America's Most Wanted. So that was the cassette, but there was one other cassette, and it was Third Base. And I listened to it once and was like, no, I like this. Back to Ice Cube.
So he was actually on, he was on Drink Champs this week. He was like the guest on Drink Champs. It's fucking mad, man. Like, did you watch any of it?
Drink Champs? I ain't seen that yet. No, not yet.
No, he made a massive deal about being addicted to weed. Like he tried to make up some kind of trauma in his life about being addicted to weed. Like it just didn't go down because they're all fucking smoking blunts around him.
Yeah.
And he's trying to be all serious about it. Like, weed like almost ruined my life. And Nori's going to him, we're going to get you smoking weed again. And he's like, no, I've been in rehab for it. And he's like, no, we're going to get you smoking weed again.
That's what I'm saying. Men don't really give a fuck about like other men's trauma. It don't really, it don't hit like that way, man. We're just like, yeah, whatever, mate, whatever. Yeah, cool. You're in Islington, you got your dick sucked. You know what I mean? That's what happens, man.
Yeah,
yes, it's
technically
got raped. The guy got raped.
It was a nice car and you got to ride in it.
Yeah.
It's technically rape, but whatever. We don't give a fuck. We do not give a fuck.
Yeah, that's Sleepless.
Do you think that's
that was your best title? Yeah, I reckon.
Do you think that's because of men's like when we were hunter-gatherers and stuff, we're focused on protection of the women and the kids or something, and that's why we don't care about other men, or what?
Nah, I don't think so. I think it's because I think it's way more recent than that. I don't think it's a biological thing. I think it's down to emotional immaturity, and if we would much rather have a jokey conversation and rather than go into a deep conversation where we have to speak about feelings because
we're not very good at being vulnerable.
Yeah, but why would we be like from when I was a kid? The toys I was playing with was fucking He-Man and Turtles, and everyone's fighting. It's all action. There's no time when you're like, let's be vulnerable. Like,
no, I don't want to be.
I hate the fucking word. Like, it does my fucking head in. So
I don't want to be vulnerable in any kind of situation at all. Like, I really don't. I want to walk into any situation and fucking boss it. I don't want to look like a cunt. Like, I don't want to be vulnerable. And I know these are all bad things. Yeah. These are like, none of these are like healthy things. Like, but it's, you've got to come to like some kind of acceptance about it. Like when I see, right, and I feel bad about this, and I should feel bad about this. Well, you know, when you see people talking about like kind of looking for attention on social media, like talking about their mental, something's gone wrong with their mental health, or they're having a bad day or whatever, and they do, and I understand why they do it, and in one way I fully support, because I think you should talk about this stuff. But deep down, there's a little seed inside me that says, nah, I'm not down with that. I'm never going to do that. And I never have done that. I've never revealed it, like anything like that. I've never talked about anything personal on social media.
You say that, but you kind of do. But you do it in a way. You do it in a way that people who know you know what's going on.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's certain things I've done, but I precursor that with like there was a little thing that I did when I talked about the problem with my eyes, blah blah blah. I've talked about my mum dying and stuff like that. I'm never ever. And if I have done it, I've gone on and I've talked. It's been, and this is the thing, right? I've done it in certain circumstances where I'm looking to help someone else out. I'm not doing it for attention for myself.
That's another thing as well that I noticed, because I'm the same way, yeah. So you'll do a post, but it won't be like a woe is me post. It'll be, I got through this, or I'm having problems with this, but I've made it through. If you're going through something similar, you can make it through.
Yeah.
And but even with that, like even when I was saying about my post a little while ago, and they were all kind of like, yo, life's fucked up right now, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna be better. Like I'm getting through this shit. But people would still be like, yo, are you okay? And I'd be like, yo, I said I'm getting through it. I'm good.
Yeah, like, exactly. Don't talk to me about that. Like, if one of my friends wants to message me behind, like a DM or whatever, that's fine. But don't talk to me about it in public, especially for someone that I've only met twice.
Yeah.
Or even don't know you at all.
Yeah.
And that's a problem with me. That's not a problem with them.
That's
yeah.
Well, do you think that's do you think that's like stiff? You know when they say people have stiff upper lip culture or something?
It's part of that, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
That, because you got to be like, you can't be soft. Where can you be soft? What part of life can especially like as a man, where can you go and be like, yo, I can be soft in this environment? Like there's no space. The only place you can do that is with your girl when the door's shut and the lights are off. That's it. That's the only time you can do that shit. And
or
even
get a therapist.
Well, don't
go pay for some therapy.
Yeah, but that's like that's real. That's a real thing. But apart from that, there's no place. There's no place you can really do that. And speaking of the way we see things here, so this girl the other day posted up a video of just her crying. Yeah, someone I follow on actually, I shouldn't say that, should I? Just in case I know who it is. But anyway, somebody posted up a video of them crying. So they're crying. They've set their phone up and hit record, and then recorded themselves crying. They've looked back at that video and edited it and put words over it. This is what it's like. This is the hurt I feel all the time. You only see the good side, but I'm going through pain, blah, blah, blah. Now, part of me is like, yeah, like 5% of me is like, yeah, okay, maybe that person's going through something. But the 95% of me is like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Why are you filming yourself? Like, if you're like, when I'm down, I'm not filming myself.
Nah.
Like, that's not happening. Even if I post some shit, it's probably after. Or even if it isn't in the moment, like, I'm not posting I'm not editing a video of myself crying, because and then posting it for you to see, for you to then comment and go, oh, are you okay, hun? Like, what the like, that's just the way my mind works.
It's the way my mind works as well. And it's the
I might be wrong. But
no, yeah, we are wrong. We're 100% wrong. Like, and I know that 100%, but it's not something that I can get out of really.
It's
easily.
like
not a way of thinking that I can like just detach myself from really easily. I see that. I see weakness, and it's not like I laugh or dislike the person. I just think at the back of my head, fuck, you'll never catch me doing that. Because even when I am open on social media, that's me being a boss.
Yeah.
That's me bossing that situation.
That's true. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. So like I still to this day see stuff like that and go, you'll never fucking catch me doing that. And that is something wrong with us. That's our lack of ability to express our vulnerability as men. Not all men, but
it's like when.
Sorry, go on.
You know when Sam Smith did that thing of him crying and shit?
Yeah.
I can hear myself twice. It's gone now. Yeah. So yeah, and then a lot of people were like, what the fuck is he crying about? He's fucking rich. Like,
yeah,
like that was one thing in my head, was like, I wish I had your fucking money, you cunt. But then I was like,
he wasn't crying about being broke though.
That's the thing. That's the thing. He was crying about how the pandemic was affecting him being isolated and shit. So now I was like, okay, yeah, cool.
But I get a fucking mansion, mate. That's what I thought when I saw it. Then
yeah, exactly. I was similar. I was like, I wish I had your money.
Me and you, Jen, we talked about this before, that we can't take our own like kind of level of trauma as to judge everybody else's. Like we everything is so relative. We can't take that barrier of what we've been through and say like we're all having a shit time in the pandemic. Like some people are homeless, some people have lost their jobs, blah blah blah. But Sam Smith or anybody of that like kind of ilk with that kind of notoriety, that kind of money, of course they're going to feel depression as well. Like their entire life has been kind of taken away from them. It doesn't matter if they're in like a mansion and they've got millions of pounds in the bank or whatever. We can't take our level of trauma and judge other people by it if it's we perceive it to be less than ours.
Like there's a documentary on YouTube about fame being abuse. Yeah. And they look at who did they look at? Princess Diana. Who's
you don't rate it, though, do you?
No, not on the physical level, but who's the other person? Flipping Britney Spears. They looked at her case, and all of that kind of stuff. So, and then obviously when celebrities have these breakdowns, people will be like, "Yeah, but they got loads of money, man. Like, what the fuck? What are they upset about?" But the problem is, like you said, Terry, we don't know about the other stuff that's going on. The money can't help with everything.
That's the thing, man. Fucking broke people say some dumb shit. Like
I think it's because when you're broke, though, you're going through financial stress, isn't it? So that's the thing. You got financial stress, and that's your main source of your depression and your anxiety and all that kind of shit. So then you just wish that wasn't there. And so when you see these rich people getting all upset, you're just like, you're judging it through that lens of you always having to struggle to get money and you don't know when you're going to pay the bills and you're not eating enough and all that kind of stuff, innit? So then that's how you're viewing their situation. And
there's a level.
Go on, Jim.
There's a level of happiness that comes from money. And I don't think it, and do you know what? I don't even think it's happiness that comes from money. It's a level of not having stress.
It's a level of security.
Yeah. And it's like, do you know what? It's little things, you know. Today I was getting petrol in my car and I was remembering, like, I remember times where I wasn't even sure how much petrol I could even put in my car because I didn't know if I had, I need money to eat and shit. And like, I'm just fucking pressing the pump till it stops, innit? I don't give a fuck. Like, and it's not happiness, but it's like, there's loads of things you don't have to stress about anymore. At the same time, there's like Terry said, man, the problems that people are dealing with cannot be fixed with money. And I guarantee you, the majority of people that are famous or have money and also have these problems would give up the money to not have those problems. Like, straight away.
I mean, you hear about like imposter syndrome all the time. Like you hear about like, and that's a fucking serious thing, mate. Like I don't know, like you get people who are at the top of their game. The entire world loves them. All the press is focused on them. All the attention is focused on them. But they don't think they deserve to be there. They don't think they're good enough to be there. There's no amount of money that's going to like cure that. But there's no amount of. But you do deserve to be here. That's going to cure that either. Like, that would take people. What's that?
I got the opposite of that.
Yeah, I have.
I deserve to be up there with way more people. Like, I should be on the
I just think I'm a lot better than I am.
Yeah, I got that. I got whatever the fuck that is, man. Narcissistic.
Narcissism, yeah, that's it.
I always call cuntism. Cuntism, yeah, you got cuntism.
In my head,
what's the opposite of an
blonde hair? I'm 6'5" tall. I'm built like a brick shit house. I'm amazing at everything that I do. Just walking down the street like this. Like cunts.
Yeah, what's the opposite of an imposter?
The real thing.
That's all it.
I got real nigga syndrome. I'm real out here, man. So I got too real. Yeah, this it's crazy. I was thinking on the subject of mental health. I wanted to bring this up earlier. So I've been asking people, who deal with mental health issues, and I don't mean like trigger warning, suicide talk. Trigger warning, we're going to talk about suicide or suicidal thoughts. And I've been speaking to like people who've been going through that shit. Because I had a theory, and so far it's been proved right. I didn't come up with this. It's just what it is. I just don't know enough about it. But I was saying like, it's really a medical it's a medical issue, but it's really a medication issue. Like for the most part, it's not a case of like you can just positive talk and therapy your way out of it, because it's not it's almost like it's not a thing you're trying to get through. It's a chemical imbalance in your brain that's just not letting you live. It's almost, and I was kind of like I guess pairing it off with, say, put it as a physical element, yeah. So say you had like diabetes. There's no way you can talk diabetes away.
No.
It has to be dealt with by a medical professional. And everyone I speak to, they're like, who go through that kind of stuff, they're like, yeah, all on medication. It's like, yeah, that's the way I get through it. It's not a case of my life being bad or what I've been through. That has an effect, but that kind of has an effect on most people, like what you've been through trauma. And that can also be a trigger for it. But it's like, it just seems to be all the people that I've spoken to, might bear it in my subject size. What do you call it? I spoke to like 5 people. Yeah, my sample size is like 5 people. So this isn't... I'm not a fucking doctor, AC. I'm not a fucking doctor.
I didn't say shit.
I've had a minor bit of training on this on this subject, like on mental health and stuff like that. I've done some minor training on it. I'm
a mental health first aider, actually. So have I.
Yeah, same here.
Listen.
Exactly, I'm a mental health. Which course did you do?
I could not tell you.
No, I can't remember what it is either. DHL, I think it was.
UPS.
UPS, that's the one. The mad thing about suicide is it's like it's a get out clause for a lot of people. Like, you know, when everything gets just way too much, like the stresses of life are getting way too much. The one thing that they can escape with is the idea of killing themselves, or just not even killing themselves, just not being around anymore, just like kind of just taking themselves out of the situation, just disappearing. But they're disappeared and they don't exist anymore. Now, there's that kind of suicide, and that kind of suicide is very, very common. Like, I'm sure we've all had the idea in our head, and it might not necessarily manifest itself as like kind of as I want to kill myself, and I'm planning to kill myself, and I've got like a plan to do it. I've got like, I'm going to hang myself, or I'm going to slit my wrist, or I'm going to take drugs, or something like that. It might not manifest like that, but it still qualifies as a suicidal thought if you think to yourself, I just don't want to be here anymore. This is too much. I don't want to be here anymore. And like, you always have to have the conversation with people. Do you not want to be here right now, or do you not want to be here forever? Yeah. Like, and that's always like, that's the best advice. If you know anybody that's like kind of having suicidal thoughts, you say to them, do you not want to be here right now? Is the stress of life getting too much to you right now? Or can you not see yourself here in 20 years or in 10 years or something like that? Now, when it gets to the point where someone is like, you know, taking care of their final business, like selling their car, doing whatever, just to tie stuff off in their life, then you know that's a massive sign that it's something that they're actually planning to do. But yeah, the chemical side of things, if you have that chemical imbalance where you just can't find happiness anywhere, and the idea is that there's no happiness, it's completely bleak, I see no future for myself, then yeah, that's where like the medication side of it can really help. Sure. Like with someone who isn't necessarily like kind of committed to suicide, just wants to be out of the situation, but is having what manifests as suicidal thoughts, then talking is what it's all about.
So I had somebody who was dealing with it like in quite a bad way. And I didn't know what the fucking say. I was just like, what the fuck? They must, I saw them, I know they go through shit, and I saw them, they tweeted something, and I was just like, that's a red flag right there.
Yeah.
Jim was like, yo, you good? And they weren't good. And I messaged her brother that I know, I'm good friends with her brother, and I was like, yo, check on your people, yeah. But one of the things I said, because I'm just like kind of not panicking, but like trying to take the conversation in another direction, and I was trying to go like, what do you want to do in life, innit? Just trying to do that. And at the time as well, really not understanding what I was doing, but just trying to do the best I could. And one of the questions I thought was going to go really well went really wrong. So I was like, why? They were saying they don't want to be here. And I was like, well, you deserve to be here and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, why do you deserve to, or why do I deserve to be here and you don't deserve to be here? And they were like, you don't deserve to be here. Nobody does. I was like, oh shit, like fuck. And I guess like everybody's different. Everyone has like different ideas and when they're going through it, but it was a very intense situation. And,
yeah. It's a really tough one to deal with when I mean I've got some kind of practical.
Wait, sorry to cut you though.
So go on.
Because then what happened the next day? So like obviously spoke to the person's brother and their best friend as well, and was like who they were also talking with at the time, and like they were like, yeah, now we're on the case, boom, boom, boom. And then the next day, I called up the person's brother and was like, yo, everything cool? And they were like, yeah, nah, like this happens every now and then. And then they messaged me and was like, yeah, sorry about yesterday. Like sometimes it happens. Like it's this. I'm really embarrassed about it. And I was like, nah, you ain't gonna be embarrassed. But no. It was so weird because it was like literally some like night and day. This person that was so like, it was so close. Like, okay, cool. I need to call the ambulance. I need to call the police. Boom, boom, boom. And then next day it was like, nah, that's cool. It's cool. It just happens sometimes. I was like, so then I was like, yeah, that's nothing to do with like, it's nothing to do with your environment. It's internal.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it can cycle that fast as well. But the thing about that is when if you get a chance to talk to someone who's in that situation, more often than not, all you have to do is let them talk.
Yeah.
Just let them talk. Just like you don't even have to like and again, like I've kind of quite recently as well had some experience of this where you just let the person talk. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to make suggestions. You don't have to try and make them feel better. You don't have to any of that kind of stuff. Like there's a couple of like key things that you can say, like do you want to be here? Do you want to be gone now? Or do you want to be gone forever? That's like a key thing. And it's not something that I made up. It's a well-recognized like technique. But yeah, more often than not, like trying to like kind of trying to sympathise is bad. Trying to tell them that their life is actually all right is even worse because like what you're doing is you're basically saying what you're feeling doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Just asking them questions like why they want to.
Yeah.
Just simple questions, isn't it?
Yeah, because if you start saying like, oh no, but your life isn't that bad, and this happened to me, and I understand that because that, or trying to tell them that something worse happened to you and you got over it. And I'm not saying this to either of you two. I'm saying this to the listeners potentially because stuff like this can save people's lives for sure. Mm-hmm. Like just let people talk. Just let them talk, and that's it. Active listening, man. Look up active listening. It's a really fucking good tool.
Yeah.
My friend volunteers. She does one for it's a text service. When people want to kill themselves, then they text them, and it's like what you were saying, Terry. Like they just ask questions, innit? They don't do the other stuff that. It's just
you can't wallow with them.
Question.
You can't tell them that they're wrong. You can't There's lots of different things that you can't because ultimately you're just feeding into their sense of self unworth. Like they're feeding into their self-loathing more than anything else. If you go either way of the spectrum, you just have to listen and ask like kind of considered questions.
Yeah. And a lot of it is because of trauma, something that happened in the past, and then that's manifested now and caused the depression or manic depression or anything. Those people wouldn't have had that even. Now they're finding there's evidence that gut bacteria, if that's affected, then you can end up getting these problems. So there's all this
100%.
new evidence where they're trying to do nutrition and rebalancing your bacteria in your gut.
That's not even new evidence. This has been going on because when you talk about endorphins, that's where most of them are made, in the gut. Like gut health is so. Yeah. I've been saying it for like when I was doing nutrition, like years ago. Yeah, man, it's super, super, super important. Which is why I had the idea or the thought in my head was like, man, this shit, we're doing loads. We're doing too much. Where it's a lot simpler than we're making it. Like it's a medication issue. And obviously the first step of medication is diet, and that's the first step. So obviously diet doesn't help for everybody. Again, using the type 2 diabetes as a measure, diet can help certain people, especially if you're pre-diabetic. But once you've gone over the threshold, then you are going to need some medication to help you get to the point where you can then diet can do the rest of the work. But, talking to one of my mates today, and he was just like, yeah, man, I'm on these pills for life, man. He's like, they keep me doing what it is. The price I think he was on, it wasn't too bad. It's like £100 a year.
What pills are they for? Diabetes?
No, this is mental health stuff. This isn't diabetes. We switch back. We're doing metaphors. We're doing metaphors, AC.
But why is he paying for that when you can get them on the NHS? Is he
I have to pay for my medication. I have to pay. For my eye medication.
£9 a month or something, isn't it? Yeah.
It's £9. Yeah, I get them once a month, and it's like £9 or something. It's not ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. So is that what he's paying like at a pharmacy like that?
I guess so, yeah.
But
like I said, I'm not a fucking doctor.
Yeah, but see,
not chemist, AC.
Hey? I'm not a chemist.
Not chemist, AC.
Like you see with like now as well, like hormonal imbalance.
Yep.
That can do it too.
100%.
Cortisol imbalance. But the problem is if you go for a 100%. Blood test at the doctors, they won't measure for cortisol imbalance. You got to pay for that to get an extra test because it's like it costs about £200 or something. But then they can find out your cortisol imbalance. They can find out when your cortisol peaks as well, because some people, when they're having insomnia, that's because their cortisol is peaking in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
and that is so. Then you have to work to sort that out. And there's all those ways of getting your cortisol levels down and stuff like that. But then the other problem is if you're on medication to regulate your serotonin levels. Then your body will your body
will produce less serotonin. Yeah.
So it's the same with the testosterone thing.
Same with everything. It's just the way the body works, man. It's that whole thing of energy expenditure and just the way hormones work. It's like your body's not gonna do work it doesn't have to do. So exactly, you know what I mean? Like if someone's paying you fucking $2,000 a month, you're not gonna go get another job. You'll be like, all right, cool, I'm good here, innit? It's the same thing, like the way the body works.
When you're coming off those drugs, then you've got to find ways to boost your serotonin level naturally to combat the what's it called?
Dip.
That you're gonna get coming off them. But then you've got to come off them only when you're not in a stressful situation. Because if you're in any kind of stressful situation, you try to come off them, it's not gonna work. You're gonna have that dip or whatever. So man.
I'd just like to point out to the listeners, none of us are fucking doctors. Please don't take any of this as medical advice.
Yeah, for real.
Because you will probably get fucked up. But yeah, always seek a medical professional when it comes to your mental health and your physical health.
I mean, it's pretty good advice just not to listen to anything we say, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's usually for entertainment purposes. Don't take anything we say
we're like
someone tagged us on Facebook earlier because he's converting his entire like kind of business plan over to Patreon.
Okay.
Yeah. Warren Robert.
Oh, sick. Temple.
Yeah. He's converting his entire, and I was like, yeah, it's probably a good idea, but don't do it because we told you to, because we're a bunch of
Hey, do you know what he said actually? Wait. Hey, hold on. Let me get, because we were talking the other day in it about people that Puff Daddy fucked up. Let me find the tweet, the message. He was like, just been listening to you, Terry and AC, on episode 26, on his 12-mile ride home from work. He said podcast is fucking awesome. Thank you, brother.
Big up, Warren.
He said the third person on Bad Boy for Life was Mark Curry.
Mark Curry, that's it. It was Mark Curry. Yeah.
Yeah, he said, and the book was called Dancing with the Devil, or Dancing with the Devil.
Did Mark Curry put that book out about Puff Daddy then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Puff Daddy's on the cover, man. It says, let me see this properly. Can't even zoom in. How Puff burned the bad boys of hip hop.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I knew it wasn't G-Dep. I knew it was someone else. It was Mark Curry. Yeah. Because he was...
Big up Tiz, man. Big up Tiz.
He was, like, I kept seeing, like, kind of shared videos of him while unfortunately, like, Black Rob was passing away, of him, like, kind of... He looks like he's just a normal guy now, just, like, living his life, just out there with his wife and kids, just doing some other job. I think he's a chef or something like that. Nice. But yeah, he was the one that was like kind of giving the commentary on Black Rob passing away.
Did you see that? Who was it? He went to at the funeral, who stood up and was like, Puff was giving us money the whole time, and we're like, apparently it was one of like Black Rob's friends, but then Tom was like, no, it's not Black Rob's friend. This is like one of Puff's friends, basically.
Oh,
right.
Trying to say that Puff was giving him money and stuff like that. But
fucking hell, I mean, how can you not consider that to be a little bit shady? Somewhere, somehow, there's some shady business going on there. I just want to give a shout out to, I don't know his real name. I've been chatting to him on Insta. He's like one of our listeners. He's called That Dark Horse on Instagram. Good lad, man. He's got a good trainer collection as well. Yeah, he's loving the podcast as well. I don't know his real name. It's really embarrassing.
I don't know.
You don't know people's real names.
I don't know your real name. None of your real names.
I don't know any of your last names.
Nicknames,
you're my best friend in the world, and I have no idea about anything about your lives.
You know mine. I think because you
there's a lot of people.
The amount of invoices you write with my name on it, but like,
I actually do know your middle name as well.
Yeah, see, no one knows AC's name. No one
knows AC's name. No one knows. No, you don't.
There's a lot of people that I only know their nickname for like the last 30 flipping years.
Yeah.
I've only known their nickname.
There's loads of people in the last 10 years who only know their Facebook name. And there's a lot of girls that I know that they put fake names on Facebook because they don't want people like kind of knowing their real name. And I call them by that. And some girls that I only know them by their Facebook name.
One of like my best friends, Scarlett. I've always known her as Scarlett. Always called her Scarlett. And then about a couple of years ago, it was like, yeah, my name's not Scarlett. My real name's Alex. I'm like, wait, what?
What the hell?
Fuck? She's like, yeah, no, I just like.
Was Scarlett a rap name or something?
Nah, just like the name that she wanted to give herself.
People give themselves different names on social media, especially women. It's a protection thing, isn't it?
And I'm like, I can't call you Alex now. It sounds too weird. So yeah, you're Scarlett forever. But yeah.
My sister has got like I've never met anybody else called has got the same name as my sister. I'm not going to say it on here because people will look her up, but like the amount of people that have hit her up on social media that have delivered stuff to her house or whatever, just like work with her like for a one-day shoot or something like that. And then they've looked her up on Facebook and hit her up and like kind of, hey, we met such and such. Hey, I was the guy that delivered your groceries. Hey, blah, blah, blah. Because there's literally only one of her name.
That's nuts. Men are fucking creepy as fuck, man.
Men are creepy as fuck. That's why women don't use their real name. Well, not all women. It's not like a broad rule, but I know a lot of women that don't use their real name on social media.
Yeah.
Smart.
I always try to like, I don't know. I've always felt like if you're not in the public eye, you should try not to be in the public eye. And I've always tried to hide my family as much as possible, but that obviously Corinne always likes having her name on my profile, so people can always find her. But I'm like, you're putting yourself in a mad position because there are fucking weirdos out there. Like,
yeah, it's like being Batman, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Like bare people, and it's funny as well because I'll see certain people. I have my personal page on Facebook that I've had for years, which I never fucking use. But I'll see people trying to follow me on that, and I'll be like, why? What are you doing? Like, why are you even trying to follow me on that? And how did you? Like, obviously, my real name's not hard to find at all. But like, why did you? Why? I mean, you've got me. All the information you need about me and all the access you need about me is over there. What do you think you're gonna get by me being friends with you on my personal Facebook when I have family members that I won't even add on that because I ain't trying to fucking talk to you, motherfucker.
No, actually, I do know AC's surname. I do. I just remembered it. I'm not going to say.
But is it his real surname though?
I would hope so because that's what his bank account's under.
Yeah, but listen, how many bank accounts has he got?
It's the first thing that comes up on my TSB banking because I remember paying you for those.
That's the same. I got the same thing. Your name, your name comes up first on my NatWest. So when I'm like, every time I go to pay somebody, I have to go through the list, innit? Who's your?
Yeah, I'll go. Well, I'm just going to pay that bill. Fucking AC, man.
What a cunt.
What is your middle name now, AC? We'll bleep it out. What is it?
I ain't telling that.
We'll bleep it out. We're
not bleeping out shit. AC, if you say I ain't bleeping out shit.
Yeah, it's long. I
already got to bleep out your fucking...
Mine's
my
Paul.
location.
Super easy. Terence Paul Ryan.
Yeah, that's a cool name.
It's cool. An average name, isn't it?
Yeah, but you don't want to name this like weird, innit?
Wait, I just realised. Hold up. No, I haven't got AC's name on my even on the bank. It just says AC.
I've got
but then like it's got no one's real name. I've got Amos. Amos is my wife was like when she found out Amos's name wasn't Amos, she was like, wait, what? Yeah. I thought his name. I've been calling him Amos for fucking 30 years.
I didn't know Amos's name isn't Amos. I had no idea.
His name's Mirat.
Oh,
Is his surname that though?
Nah.
Oh, I always thought that was his surname.
Because when I first went to like obviously we knew Amos from rapping it, yeah. But then when I started hanging out with him, like in his ends, everyone would call him Ratty. Like all his close friends were calling him Ratty, and like obviously Parky and them were calling Ratty. I was like, wait, what? How's that? And I was like, oh, Mirat. Okay, cool. That's your name.
Yeah. When I first met him, I met him as that name.
As Mirat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but he was working though, wasn't he?
Yeah. I met him. Yeah, so that was what I always knew him. But I just thought Amos was his like other name or something, surname or something like that.
Yeah. The best rap names are the names that sound like real names. Like I always think. Like, I'd never want someone to be calling me out in the street like, yo, MC Killer. Or like, I mean, like, no disrespect to MC Killer. But like, you know what I mean? MC murder everybody. We saying, bro? I'm good, man. I'm just here. My kids trying to pick up some bread and milk. Like,
Lord Supreme Justice. Allah.
See, I could.
That would be right though. Like, if you got something like that, like,
Justice
I
Allah.
think cool to be called out that in like Harlem or something like that, wouldn't it?
Does.
Lord Jamar was on that show, innit?
Yeah, are we back to the white rapper again?
Yeah, because it just reminded me.
How the fuck is the pro-black 5%er white person hating fucking person on the white rapper show? Please explain this to me.
Yeah. So not just him either. It was Sadat X as well. They were both on there.
Yeah, Sadat X was
so
on there.
Sadat X, I could no, you don't need to. Oh man,
nowadays
he was being nice to them. Sadat X, he was just giving them good advice, and then Lord Jamar just started going in on them.
Yeah, he went in on the Hallelujah Holler Back guy, the Reclaim the Ghetto guy.
Oh yeah, that guy. What the Jesus?
The fuck is he?
He's on some next level, isn't it? Like when I first saw it, I was like, "What's this guy going on about?" And then like. John Brown, isn't it? John Brown, he's called.
John Brown, yeah.
And then
King of the Burbs.
King of the Burbs, get a revival, isn't it?
Get a revival. That's it.
And then what's his name? Lord Jamar was like, "What the hell does that mean? What do you want to revive about the ghetto?" Because when I think of the ghetto, I just think of pain and trauma. And,
he was properly up on him as well when he was playing.
He put it on him, man.
Properly put it on him.
But then he was like, "Oh, we're gonna have economic programs and da 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 da." So he kind of like found his footing when he was replying. But he looked like oh shit.
Yeah, he properly shook.
Yeah. But he was actually in all of the challenges when he was on the losing team every time, and I've only seen episode 1 and 2. Every time he came up with the goods though when he had to actually do the right lyrics. It's just all of that talking rubbish is like weird.
Like none of them were apart from that the little like the really small woman.
The Misfit one
wasn't that shit. Like none of them were properly shit. Like
the Misfit one sounded Australian though, and she was saying she's from the UK, but she sounded proper Australian.
Oh yeah, no, she was pretty shit actually.
Was she actually from the UK or was she from Australia?
No, I think she's from the UK. She like when they did the what do you call it? When they all got together this year and did like a Zoom meeting like this. And
now.
Yeah. And she looks completely different now. She's like a DJ and she looks completely different now. But the rest of them are all basically exactly the same.
So her accent, do you think it was because she was speaking, like, because she'd been in America for a long time, innit, or something? So do you think it's the English mixed with American?
Yeah, she got that mixed up mid-Atlantic accent, didn't she?
So then she sounded Australian, innit?
Yeah.
I thought she's from Australia.
It was actually quite painful listening to her, to be honest.
But the first guy who got thrown out, who sounded like he sounded a lot like Eminem.
Shut the fuck up,
like
man.
Eminem, but he was good. Shut
the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I swear to God, man.
But search like.
I'm gonna cut your mic off.
No, man. No.
Fuck are you talking about? This show
Everyone
sounds
go
like,
watch this show in it.
This show sounds worse than fucking. It sounds worse than The Expanse.
Like, even when they put them in the White House, they said we get the White House. They put them in the White House and then they when they had mayo, they said you got mayo and all this.
Yeah, that was quite funny.
It's so fucking it annoys me, man. It really fucking annoys me.
Yeah,
because it's the whole white rapper thing is such a fucking
so dumb.
It's so. You remember we were talking about how those like when white people write films about the ghetto, there's always that scene where like the white person walks in the hood and he's like, oh
yeah,
scary, right? That's the way that people outside of hip hop see white rappers, like it's a thing. But hip hop was never like that. Like white rappers were always part of the game. It was never a thing. It only became a thing when they made it like Vanilla Ice is now something different. Like he's special because he's white. Like now it's something different. Eminem is now special because he's white. Like there was white rappers doing this shit forever.
Yeah.
Even in the UK, like before it became what it was. But you know what I mean? Chester P and fucking Farmer G, Task Force are part of the fabric and DNA of hip hop in this country. So for you to ever set them apart and be like, oh yeah, they're white rappers, like they would. You know exactly what the fuck they would say.
This is one thing that is hilarious, yeah? Remember, like, Caruana, yeah? So he was at the Westminster Uni, right? And one time we were in the bar there, and he's talking to, I think it was one of the tutors or something, and he was telling him about Jest.
Yeah.
Or something, because Jest had, he was at the same uni. I think he left a year before or something.
Yeah.
And so the guy was talking to Tom Caruana about, it wasn't Jest he was talking about. He was talking about Harry Shotter. But at the time, Harry Shotter was called Lethal, innit? Because he left like just like the year before.
Wait, he was at the same uni?
Yeah, he left the year before I came there. So he was doing the commercial music course. So he was called Lethal, and his producer was Destruction, innit? Lethal and Destruction, that was their name. And so this tutor was telling Jess about, and he was like, "Yeah, man, yeah, we had this guy Lethal on there, and you know, he's like your average white rapper." And then I was like, "What?" I was like, "What the fuck?" I'd never heard that kind of term before. I was like, "Come on, man, how you bringing that into it? Like, what's that got to do with anything?" Like, I was like, "Oh God."
But there's rappers about, and there's always been rappers about who are just white rappers who are rappers.
It's like the same with women when they go a female MC or a female rapper. Like, it's like, what's this distinction? Just they're a rapper, innit?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, there's rappers about now, like Action Bronson, like God Bless the Dead, Mac Miller, people like that, who they just make music, and they're rappers and they make music and they're white.
But you know what I hate?
It's never really made a big deal out of.
I see this on Facebook all the time, before I got off Facebook, I mean, I did this thing one time and I was like, list your favorite rappers. And there was like loads of guys who would only listen to white rappers.
That's ridiculous as well.
And I was just like,
that's fucking ridiculous.
Like,
but why? What, did they say why they only listen to?
They didn't even recognize they were doing it.
No,
I remember just saying this, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's interesting."
But that's why I stopped.
What? Like, listen to white rappers? No, I just that. Yeah. All right, cool. No, don't worry about it.
But that's why I've stopped listening to and really like kind of. Because I don't mind Apathy, right? Apathy, Vinnie Paz, all those guys, like they're all really good at what they do, but their fan bases are so fucking white. Like, and then they list their favorite rappers, like their top 5 rappers, and it's all like kind of like mid to late 90s, early 2000s indie white rappers of that ilk, and it's like, if you're into this, right? If you're into this kind of rap, why are you not into Cool G rap? Why are you not listening to Big Daddy Kane? Yep. Why are you not listening? Like, because it's the same thing. Like, it's
are they not into that though? Do they say that they're not into that?
Well, why wouldn't they be into that? Why are they just listening white rappers all the time? Why are they? I don't get.
Do they say that they're not into that? Do they say no? I'm only. So they
don't need to. If they're listing their top 5s,
right.
They should be saying Cool G rap. They should be saying Cool G rap over R.A. the Rugged Man every single day of the week. But they don't. Like, it's all white rappers in all their top 5 lists, and I've seen that happen like 2 or 3 times. And it's like, I don't want to be part of this.
For me, listening to a rapper, I'm mostly hearing their voice. If I like their voice, and I like their beat selection, then I can listen to them. If I don't like their voice, don't matter how or the way they use their mouth, then it doesn't matter how
Islington. Oh, sorry.
If I don't like their voice, or
wait, was he a rapper? He had a Range Rover.
No, I don't know what he was. I don't know.
As long as they got a Range Rover, I like the way they and they give me a ring tonight. Boom, they're in my
Like if I because like see with R.A. the Rugged Man, he's not my cup of tea to listen to. I rate him as a lyricist and everything, but it's the way he uses his mouth and his voice.
You stop saying that, AC.
I'm not into it. Yeah, but it is a thing.
Really
because
it's really uncomfortable.
There's way he produces you pronounce words, or the way you open your mouth or don't open it affects everything. No, it's true. Like I was saying this to a singer this week. Yeah. So I said when she played the tunes, right? They're all really good tunes and everything, and I was like,
but the way you use your mouth.
No. I was just saying, like, the only thing I could say is open your mouth wider when you sing, innit? Because you might, but that's you lot are thinking it's dodgy, innit? Because the thing was, a lot of like. I don't know if Americans suffer from this as well, but like a lot of English people, when we talk, we're not like really expressive with our mouth. Like
we don't
you go to France or you go to Italy, everyone's like really expressive with their mouth. Yeah, they're using a lot of that. That is really like, so. Then English people, we talk like, and we're hardly opening our mouth at all. Yeah, and then when you're gonna sing, or rap, then it's gonna hinder your pronunciation and your vocal quality.
Sometimes
we were always told that when I was singing as a kid, it was like, open your mouth. Don't like be singing. Don't sing like you talk.
When you're in the choir,
sing like you talk.
No, when you're in the choir, they told you to open your mouth. Right, cool.
But I know it sounds dodgy, but it's true. It is true. Like you need to. So that like like if I watch the best MCs that if I watch them and I'll just see how they're using their mouth muscles, like the way they're going in. You just see the jaw, the way the jaw's moving, everything.
What that mouth do?
Yeah, no, but it's true though. I know you're trying to make it all sexual and shit, but I ain't talking like I'm just talking from a musical quality thing. So anyone who's English out there, right, who's raised in England or whatever, and the way we talk, we don't open our mouth as much when we talk as other countries, yeah? And if you're doing that, when you're doing music as well, it will hinder the quality of your the way
depends
your
what you
voice
like
sounds.
though. Like I don't think who kind of mumbles like abracadabra.
I'm not even saying mumbling. I'm not even saying mumbling.
Mumbles. He doesn't really open his mouth when he talks.
Yeah,
like,
but I'm not saying mumbling. I'm saying just
sick.
like
Nines,
bro, I mean you know, you might
Nines are kind of like just talks that.
Yeah, you know, if that's your style, fair enough. But if you're trying to be like do it in, you know, the way that you want to enunciate properly and everything. If you get away with that, that's fair enough. If you can do that and it sounds good, that's fair enough. But a lot of people are doing it and it don't sound good.
Sometimes enunciation sounds a bit too.
Yeah, I'm not saying.
What's it called? What's that thing the Queen speaks? What's he speak?
Nah, yeah, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about because if you're a singer, yeah, and you're restricting the roof of your mouth, providing an echo chamber.
Shut up, man.
Yeah. You're providing you've got a chamber there basically, isn't it? Yeah, and you're restricting that by talk like singing how you talk. It's restricted. It's restricting the vocal quality you're gonna get. So people could hate what I'm saying all they want. Yeah,
no one's hating it.
No, yeah. But I'm just saying anyone who would, yeah. I'm saying like I would listen to certain rappers and I would just turn it off because they just sound shit because of that reason. Every other reason is good. Like everything else they're doing is good. But like R.A. the Rugged Man, he's not mumbling or anything, but it's just something about the way he's producing his words. Yeah, but I've heard him when he talked to Zubi on that thing and he just went in.
Yeah, but you don't talk how you rap.
Yeah, but some people do, innit? Like you say Nines, yeah? Nines sounds like he raps he talks.
Yeah.
I've never met him in real life. So
I like that shit.
Yeah, that works for him. But a lot of people, it doesn't work for them. So you've got to kind of be blessed. Like he's been blessed with that. But some people ain't.
Yeah.
So, and it's even the way, even like in English language, we use a lot of glottal stops. Yeah. And well, if you ain't heard these technological terms in there, but whatever.
It wasn't me. I'm looking at it's Terry.
No, I'm not. I'm thinking
So even like if you hear Italian,
Terry.
if you hear Italian singing, like opera or whatever, they're not using no glottal stops. Like even like the Spanish language, French, all that. There's a lack of glottal stops. But England uses glottal stops in their speech. But countries like America, yeah, but it's true. That's what it's true. Like countries like America, they ain't using that. So when it comes to English rappers flowing, and we're talking Cockney or something, and Cockney's got so many of them.
What's a glottal stop?
A glottal stop is when you're saying water, like the water. That or whatever instead of water, okay. Or like Americans be like water or something like that. There isn't that thing, and but it's like the English language when we speak in it in England, we use fuckloads of them
in England.
Yeah, but that's not what would be in the. That's a glottal stop at the start. In
I was just saying your song. Remember your song?
But yeah, I remember that. But that would be like the thing. Maybe someone from another country wouldn't have the at the beginning. They just go in England. Like a French person would be like in England or something. Yeah. So instead of going in England, So that's a glottal stop. So maybe you want to consider turning them down if you're singing as well. But now that whole trend of singing in a Cockney accent has come, you can run with it. But first, a lot of people from America, when they hear English rap in a British accent, they'd be like, they thought people couldn't flow well, but that's only because we've got those different things.
All right, well, Americans will suck my dick, man. Fuck you, look. I don't give a fuck about you, look. You just fucking
loving it now, though, aren't they?
Americans, this is what you need to do. First of all, sort your fucking water so you can get some fucking drinking water. Sort that shit out. That's the first thing before you talk about what the fuck we do. What else you need to do? Like, you just sort out all these people that are fucking storming the Capitol. Go deal with that shit. Stop shooting up schools. Deal with that shit. Go speak to the FDA. Because you're getting cereal boxes just full of sugar. Like, that's all it is. Like, go sort that shit out, and then you can deal with.
And the
what we
lead
do.
content in the water. They got higher. The government allowed higher lead content to be dumped in the water by companies.
Since Drake opened the door for all the other British rappers to come through, it's like it's been a different matter in America now, isn't it?
Yeah, see, Americans, your best rappers are Canadian.
Yeah. Well, speaking English, speaking British road slang, London road slang.
No, because they have the same slang in Canada.
Yeah,
they
do.
Shit.
I actually
they
had
do
a
actually.
conversation with someone recently.
What's that?
Indian slang, isn't it?
Yeah.
Literally, what's the neighborhood in Toronto? I can't remember.
The
six with his woes. Going through the 6 with your woes. But then again, he did turn it upside down. It's a 9 now. So
yeah, there you go. I fucking miss Toronto, man. I haven't been to Toronto in years.
I've never
been, man.
Fucking great town, man. I fucking it's like a mini. It's not even I wouldn't even say it's like a mini London. It's like everything that's good about London compressed down into a wicked little city.
Oh, is it smaller than London?
It's probably not land-wise, but because it goes out to all like the like the suburbs on the outside. I can't remember what the suburbs are called.
Where
the
the good shit is
itself isn't big.
To be fair though, like where's the good shit in London? Like central.
Yeah,
unless you want to stick local in your ends. But like if you're coming from another country, you're only going to really be going central. Or I mean, so.
London always feels bigger because I always think of like, I don't know, Brixton to Harlesden or like Camden to Camberwell or something like that. Always just feels bigger.
Yeah. But fuck Croydon. I went Croydon the other day, man. They got trams out there. Grow up, man. I was at I went past. You remember when we used to sell CDs? Yeah. I'm out for like I want all the smoke.
America, outside the Wicked Centre.
Yeah, man. I was out there filming a little.
I used to love Croydon, man.
We did well there, man. The people were cool as well.
Pizza Hut used to do the slices of pizza, didn't it? They used to give like one slice.
No, we used to do that in Leicester Square.
Yeah, but Leicester Square used to do that, but Croydon used to do that as well.
Is it?
Croydon was very ahead of the game.
That's one thing we'll never say about Croydon being ahead of any games. Maybe in heroin and crack, they were ahead of.
Bro, I just really like Croydon, man. Croydon's one of my
first place to get a widescreen TV stolen. Croydon. Straight out of Curry's that day.
Croydon was one of the only places where we would sell CDs and like the locals would come out and hang out with us, like just chill with us all day and shit. That used to be quite cool. But yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
What else is going on?
There's other like world stuff that's going on, but I really can't be bothered to talk about on here. I think it's
it's messy, man.
It's fucking messy. It's absolutely messy, and I'm fucking sick of people debating it and arguing it when it's actually a really fucking simple thing. Stop firing missiles at each other. Stop killing children.
Yeah. Do you think that the climate is definitely changed? Like I've definitely seen like more. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just the algorithm, but I'm seeing way more people vocal about Free Palestine, way more than we would have seen. Kind of, I guess
your algorithm.
I don't know. I think there's been an awakening. I do think there's been an awakening recently. I think the Black Lives Matter, George Floyd kind of stuff. I think there's a lot more people now being vocal about stuff when maybe they thought about it before. Yeah. That's why they thought, but they just didn't want to like kind of put that opinion out onto social media.
Mm. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's like I've always seen there's like certain people that are always being vocal and political like all the time, and then there's like I've always just seen them be political. It's not like I'm seeing like them changing or anything. No. And then there's there's like other people that are on the kind of fence and they'll tentatively put something. And then I spoke to other people and they're like, I'm never putting anything political on any of my things.
I feel like that's short-sighted.
I've always just been political since I was fucking little. So I've never, it never occurs to me not to
not
say how I feel.
Yeah, same here.
But then people are like to me, oh, you shouldn't do that. And I'm like, well, fuck that shit. I've always been like that since I was little. So why the fuck am I going to change now?
I feel like we're way more politicized. And what's changed is the amplification of voices. So there's a lot of kids who this is their first time seeing that situation. Like seeing the Israel-Palestine situation is their first time as young people in the early 20s now, seeing it as really young adults and having a voice as well and being like, yo, what the fuck? Like this ain't cool, man. And I don't even think it's for me, the issue is just like Terry said, it's like it's not even political, man. It's not political for me. It's like, yo, you lot doing some fucked up shit, man. Like, what's that got to do with politics? You lot doing some fucked up shit.
What's that got to do with politics? Got nothing to do with religion. Like, all it's got to do with, like, I put a post up the other day saying what you're seeing at this moment in time is the colonizer punishing the colonized, and that's all it's about. It's not even about any kind of political agenda. It's about a land grab, and that's it. Like,
because there was some conservative dickhead I saw in America, and he was like, "Oh, they're only taking 4 people's houses. They can just go live somewhere else."
Wow.
I'm like, okay, what about if they came to your house? Yeah? How are you gonna feel about that?
Yeah, but only taking 4 people's houses. What, this time or since 1940?
No, he's talking about this time or something, and he's like, it's just 4 people. I'm like, come on, are you a dick? Like, that's 4 people's lives. Doesn't matter if it's one person, that's still fucking up someone's life, isn't it? Are you a fucking idiot?
Yeah.
So when you've got people out there who are thinking like that and they've got massive platforms, they're talking this shit, and it's like he's dehumanizing people by saying they don't matter.
I've had this conversation for the last 15 years with people. I've had conversations with people about like, but if you lived in Israel, you'd see it differently. And it's like, well, I probably wouldn't. Like, I probably wouldn't see it differently at all. Like, but whatever. But the thing that Jen just said is actually like really poignant. You've got a lot of like young people now who are like leaving university or being more politicized by it, and they've grown up in the last 10 years quite a lot of turmoil in the world.
And they're they're called digital native generation as well.
Yeah, the digital native generation.
They will go in on everything online. For them, saying their opinion online, doing quote tweets to get like people seeing what people say they don't agree with, and then they do a quote tweet and that's what they're on. So nowadays it's very different from when we were young, where people just phone, like before, like you might phone someone up or have an argument like that. Now it's all online, social media, everything. Or like you might have a disagreement with someone, but you're not online when you're having it. It's just in a public place or in a classroom or in a pub or something like that. And then that's it. The thing maybe would about 6-7 people might hear about it. Now it's like, let's say you've got a few thousand people on your Twitter, and you do a quote tweet from someone you disagree with. Now the argument is just multiplied. Yeah,
and it's there forever. It's there forever. Even if like the original thing gets deleted, all the replies are still there and all that kind of stuff.
So it's changed the whole nature of
the game. Done change.
Debate. Yeah, political debate is completely different now.
Yeah.
And some people are just scared of that, and they don't want to have like that situation happen to them where they got like, what do they call them? Twitter mobs on them for saying something that someone disagrees with. Then they quote tweet it, and it can be like, say, if you're a left-wing person and you disagree with Lawrence Fox or something, or one of those people, and then they quote tweet.
You have to be human to disagree with Lawrence Fox.
Yeah. But like, and then he quote tweets you and calls you an idiot or something. And then now you've got a Twitter mob on you, and all your whole timeline is just people talking, like going at you, like, or it can go the other side. You might be a conservative person, say something, and then you got a left wing Twitter mob on you, and then it's just all gone completely. It's really changed. Everything's changed now, man. So that's why some people are like, fuck that shit. I don't want to have to do that. I just get stressed out. So then they just don't say anything.
See, talking about Foxy Bingo, he after he lost the mayoral I never say that word. The mayoral.
Mayoral.
Yeah, the mayoral.
Mayoral. Yeah.
Like he put out a tweet. I don't know if he left it up. He probably has, but like he put out a tweet saying, if you ever come round to my house again and threaten my house and my children, we're going to have problems. And then he tagged the Met Police in it. So like he obviously got like I don't know, raided or whatever by the Met Police. And he's actually been threatening the Met Police.
He's threatening the Met Police.
Yeah. Hold on, let me find.
Jesus Christ!
He tagged the London Met.
Oh my days! Listen, yeah.
Why did he have people come in? Did he break some?
He's gone and got he's had a fucking big party after he lost. He's probably like the neighbours have probably complained about him and they've come round. But part of the actual tweet was, if you ever threaten my house or if you ever make my house scared again, he obviously meant my home with my kids in or something like that. Mate, he was on the beak. That's all it was. He was on the fucking nose bag. Someone's complained about him. He's got on there and he's all fucking emotioned up. Hold on, let me find it.
So who did you think was going to come? Trump was going to send some Marines over to his yard to protect him from the Met or something?
I have no idea.
Is he down with Trump? Is Trump his mate? Are they cool like that?
I guess so.
Oh no, Trump couldn't even send the Marines now. He's not even a president.
Nah, he's no one.
Yeah. So, oh well.
Here we go. Dear Met Police, UK, please stop harassing my house and my children yet again. It makes them cry. It's bang out of order. You're thugs. Go solve knife crime. And then the next one is, if you come to my house again for no reason, there will be trouble. What did I reply to him? I think I called him a melt. Oh, yeah. Harassing your house. Ha, ha, ha. You utter melt. And I got 3 likes on it.
Do you know what, though? My enemy's enemy is my friend. And it's kind of cool when 2 of your enemies start going at each other. So him going at the Met Police, obviously I have no love for the police.
No.
I would love to see the police kick his door in and smash his head in.
Yeah.
That would be absolutely hilarious.
He's having like a I lost £5 million party, but see, he only got like 47,000 votes. Like people were fucking ripping into him for that as well. But yeah, he's obviously having a fucking big party around there, like a big champagne party, and someone's complained about him, and they've come around and said, "Can you keep it down, Mr. Fox?" And that fucking fantasist has got on his Twitter. That's why it's still up. He's playing the victim. It's exactly what's happened. He's such a cunt.
I just don't like. The older I get, the more I dislike dishonest people, and he's so dishonest, man.
Go solve knife crime.
Yeah, like what are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? It makes no sense.
Absolutely.
He obviously hasn't read about the history of knife crime.
No one's read about nothing. Everyone's just speaking. No one knows shit. AC, you eating party rings?
Well, I got these from IKEA.
Wait, what are they? What ones are they?
Oh, okay, jammy, like yeah. I see. Oh, I like them ones.
Right.
Yeah, I like them.
Right, yeah.
Mate, I bought when I went and got all the furniture for my house when I moved in here. I got it, and there was just like, you seen those bags of they were like Christmas fucking dime bars, like mini dime bars.
Yeah.
Like there was a bag of them. It was about that big, and I was standing there at the checkout going. And they were going, buy me. Like that, so
come on then.
Yeah, go on then. You're coming home with me. I bought a bag of them, mate. I murked them within about a day and a half. Like my house is just full of mini dime bar fucking wrappers. I was finding them for like a year afterwards.
Yeah,
that's the one. Yeah, no, it was a bigger bag than that. It was like about that big. They were like a Christmas special one. I can't remember what they were, but it was literally a bag about that big. I was fucking murked them.
What else did IKEA sell? There's something they sold you.
The hot dogs for 45p.
Nah, not those. It was like a
cinnamon bun.
Sort of biscuit. Nah, the cinnamon buns. I know what they are. It was something else that they only had there. And I remember I went there and someone was like, "Yeah, can you get me these?" And I had to get them. I can't remember where it was, man.
I didn't rate the hot dogs.
Got home.
Yeah, probably.
I didn't rate the hot dogs, you know.
Nah, nothing special.
I tried their vegan hot dog.
Was it all right?
Good.
No, it didn't taste like food. It was the worst thing.
Yeah, check this out. This is fucking hilarious, right? I bought this. They basically taste like Frazzles. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh, that sounds good then.
Well, there,
Yeah.
Okay.
plant-based bacon. Look at it.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks like the old, like, you know, you used to get those little sweets, like little plastic plates, and have like a fried egg, a sausage.
Bacon eggs, yeah. I used to love those.
It looks exactly like that. I had like a vegan bacon sandwich this morning, and all I could taste for hours afterwards was Frazzles.
Was it good though?
It was nice, yeah, it was right. It didn't taste like bacon, it tasted like Frazzles.
Like, even my friend had the normal hot dog, yeah, and I had a bit of that, and I thought that was wasn't all that.
Yeah.
Hot dogs are not everything they're cracked up to be at all.
I wasn't on hot dogs. I love hot dogs, but you just got to do them right. You see, you got to get the right hot dogs, man. You got to get the right hot dogs.
There's the places that, you know, in Ipswich,
Cambridge,
and
just go to
Colchester. No, but wait. There's the hot dog stands there. There's like a red stand, yeah, and they even got it like Subway. So when you get one, you get a stamp, and they're the banging hot dogs.
Forget the hot dog stands, yeah. Listen, you go. All right, Terry, cover your ears, yeah. I don't need to hear this. This is non-vegan.
I'm going for a piss.
This is non-vegan talk.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah, if you go Tesco's, yeah, they got these like gourmet hot dogs. I think they're kosher. Beef.
Okay.
Beef.
Do they come? Dogs. What, they come with a bun as well, or just the hot?
No.
Just the sausage?
Nah, bro. Just that. You know what I mean? You got to put that shit together yourself. Yeah. So you need to get that shit right. You need to get the rolls, the bakery rolls. Don't get the rolls that are like you got to get the fresh rolls. Morrison's do the fresh rolls. If you get there at the right time, man, you get them straight out the oven.
So you get the sausages from Tesco, then you go to Morrison's, yeah?
Yeah. Unless you can time it right at Tesco, you get it early and you got the fresh hot dog buns because it's got to be soft. And you got to look at them. Now listen. I'm not racist, yeah? I'm not racist, but when everyone says I'm not racist, but you know some racist shit is about to be said.
Yeah, true.
I'm not racist, but the hot dog rolls, yeah, they gotta be white as white. Like, because if they're overcooked, yeah, then the outside is a bit too tough. You want it soft all the way around. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So that shit gotta be fucking white. So when it comes to choosing your hot dog buns, you need to be like fucking, you need to be some Hitler Youth shit. Yeah. Aryan buns. Yeah. So that's the shit you want.
But they're Aryan on the inside, but on the outside, they've got to be a bit brown, though.
Yeah, but like you want them the lightest they can possibly be. Yeah. You don't want them overcooked.
Okay,
you want them cooked the minimum amount, because that's when they're gonna be soft. That's the shit.
Fucking meat murderers.
Yeah. We're murdering bear meat. Trust me. A whole fucking cow has to be murdered just for them sausages. And then, so once you got that, then you need to, the condiments are important. The condiments are very important.
Yeah, that's true.
Heinz ketchup.
Yeah.
Don't get crazy with it. Just keep it Heinz, yeah? Don't go mad with it. A lot of people try to use barbecue sauce and stuff. Don't do that. Don't do that.
What about the mustard?
Right, mustard. I'm going to be cool. Like mustard, you could use the American mustard if you want.
French's American mustard, that one.
Yeah, you can use that. That's cool. I still use the English mustard because I just like the taste. I like my mustard to be hot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, this is where the interesting shit happens. Yeah, this is where it happens. You cut the roll, yeah?
Yeah.
You don't put the sausage in and then pour the condiments on it. No, you don't do it that way. That's backwards.
Put it in there before, innit?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. That's how you do it. Make sure it's in there properly. Then put the sausage in after, and then you can really find out what that mouth do.
And what about the fried onions? Fried onions?
You can add the onions, if you want to go that way, add the onions. Yeah. You can add some cheese on that, man. There's a lot of things you can do, but I'm just trying to give you the basics.
When I was eating meat, again, Toronto, there was this, I used to stay at this place called Pantages in this place called Dundas Square in Toronto, and you'd walk, it's kind of like Leicester Square, but you walk down, there's I can't remember what the name of the road is. It's like Capitol Road or something like that. I can't remember. I'm sure someone
Drake Street.
Yeah, it's Drake Street. Woe Avenue.
Six.
You walk down to the end of it, and it's kind of like Oxford Street. And there's this one place there, that, like this hot dog stand there, and the hot dogs were all right, but they had this dill relish. It was it came in like a squirty bottle, and he put it all the way along it. I swear to God, man, that stuff, it had me going back there like twice a day. I was there.
What was it? What sauce was it?
It was like a relish, you know, like
Okay.
tomato relish or something like that. It
Nice.
was this like spicy dill relish. It was green, and it was like a relish, but it was green. Mate, this fucking stuff. And my mouth is watering thinking about it now. And this was like 15 years ago, probably at this point. Nice. You know that food that makes you go, and it's kind of got that tang to it. You know, like the you know when you go to the Indian restaurant and there's the
mango chutney.
The mango chutney is like the mango chutney, but sweet as well. So it's tangy and sweet together. Fucking hell, man. That stuff. I was going there 2-3 times a day, easily. Guy was like, you back for another one? And I'm like, yeah. Can I just buy the bottle of fucking relish off you?
I always get that if I smell vinegar. Like if I smell vinegar, my mouth starts watering. Like
mine too. Like vinegar, like vinegar and salt on chips.
Yeah.
But yeah, my mouth starts watering proper. There's
no
more
mouth talk, please, man. Come on.
This podcast should be called "Use Your Mouth" or something like that.
I already have the title. I already know what we're going with.
All right.
It's your hometown, AC. We're going to beep it all out. It's your ends.
Edinburgh.
I don't really claim it because I've only lived here. I haven't lived here. I wasn't born here, so I can't really claim it, man. So I wouldn't say it's my ends, innit? It's just where I live, where I happen to live, right? Where I sleep.
I've done my ends now. I've only been here for 3 years. Yeah. No, like kind of connection to Luton at all before I moved here. I'm not AC. I'll tell you exactly where I live. I live on fucking Hightown. I live in Hightown on Hitchin Road in Luton.
You know where the fuck I be. You know where
Have you ever been stalked?
Come see me. Anybody
West
can come see me.
All day. West
Have you ever been stalked before though? Have you ever been stalked before?
Been stalked?
I've been stalked once, but way like long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to let people to know your address.
I ain't been stalked. I'm moving soon, so I'll be like, I'll be cool with it. I'm like, yeah, come in. I'll be gone. And even if you do come in, I've got something for you. You get me? Like, come to me.
I don't want someone coming, knocking on my door and then slicing their wrist right in front of me at 4 a.m. or something like that. And
that's very specific.
That went really dark, really quickly.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Really dark and really specific.
Really specific.
Yeah. Really I don't want that. I don't want that, man. So that's why I keep my address like
cool, so they can do it somewhere else.
Nah, just so they can't. When as we were talking about before with the suicide thing. So I've had people telling me that, and then I just found out their location and run an ambulance, innit?
Okay.
When they were, and then, but I don't. Like if they knew where I lived.
They would come to yours to do it.
They'd come to mine to do it, yeah.
I love how we've taken like a really serious subject.
Yeah.
And then it's just got really weird.
I've had to kick a door. I've had to kick the door down to stop someone hanging themselves.
Yeah.
In a place where I've lived with someone, and that. Yeah. I don't want to go through all that again.
I'm not laughing at that.
I don't want to go through that again. I'd just rather like get the address, call the ambulance. And they go around, and then the person gets the proper medical help they need. Rather,
I don't know how this. I don't know.
You live in a mad world.
Yeah, I don't know how this. I don't know how this is connected to where you. I don't know how this is connected to your address. I don't know how you've brought those two things together. Nah, you don't need to go into it because I know. Like, there's a reason, but there's a gap in like what you've told us and where you've ended up. I don't even want to know I don't want to know the middle bit because it's gonna go super, super dark, and we don't have that much time left. This is a shorter podcast today, only because
we got fuck all to talk about. We've been talking shit.
Nah, we did start late, and you know what's really pissing me off because like the day we're recording this, all the good music comes out in like 2 hours time, and we're not gonna be able to. We can't really speak on it. So we got the J. Cole album dropping.
Oh shit!
I saw Nova going in on J. Cole today, innit?
Oh, all right, cool. What happened?
He was saying that J. Cole's done a tune about Bill Cosby or something.
It was one line in his freestyle, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't know. I ain't heard it. And
yeah,
he's saying
one line in his LA Lakers freestyle.
Oh, and he's making rape jokes, and he's saying
he didn't make a rape joke. It was just a bar. No, it wasn't a rape joke. It was a bar. It was a punchline bar. I can't remember exactly what it was. It was like something about Bill Cosby.
Okay.
And I can't remember what it was.
He was saying J. Cole says how he says he fucks women and then just locks them off straight away and blocks them and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never listened to this tune in it, so I just saw Nova's status about it. And I was
it was a freestyle on LA Lakers.
Let's have a look.
Yeah.
That line, yeah, the one about I fuck women and then lock them off or whatever. That don't shock me. I've heard way worse.
No, but Nova was saying that he shouldn't be held up as a conscious rapper when he's saying all of this kind of stuff or something. I haven't heard the tune, so I can't comment.
Is he held up as a conscious rapper?
I don't know. I've only listened to one J. Cole tune, and someone said, "Oh, listen to this song about this rapper talking about how he wanks or something." So they played the tune, and I was like, "Okay, that's J. Cole, yeah." And then that was it. I've never heard any other tune that he's done.
Okay, so he says,
"You heard that tune where he's talking about how he wanking or something?"
No,
I don't think so.
Oh, it's a tune like they're saying he was in school. He's rapping about when he was in school and he used to wank about this girl or something. Or the school.
That's like one line in it. That's not a song about wanking. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, I thought that was the whole tune.
No, not
what
at all.
the fuck?
I don't know. I just heard that tune and I haven't ever heard anything other about J. Cole, innit?
All right, cool. I'm not doing this with you, AC.
Okay.
I'm not doing this. I don't give a fuck. Who they this is the line. So this is J. Cole on the I'm not a J. Cole fan. I've heard some songs that I like. I don't hold
fan.
Huh?
I'm a big J. Cole fan.
Yeah. I don't hold J. Cole up as the level of everyone's like he's like this crazy lyricist. I will spin J. Cole. Put me and J. Cole on the beat.
I mean that's a given.
Yeah, but the only reason I probably haven't heard J. Cole is because it's just not on my radar, innit?
Yeah, because he raps. Stuff. Yeah, no, he didn't rap in the 80s, bruv, so you wouldn't have heard him. He's not from the West Coast.
He wasn't in Compton's
Hey, look, wait. I don't like where this is going. I listen to a lot of rappers from all parts of the world.
He wasn't connected to E40 or Too Short.
So this day, yeah, I've never had an E40 album. I'm sure E40 is good, yeah.
But he never did a feature on an MC Ren album, so I have no idea who he is.
He's not from the Bay Area.
I really like the Bay Area, man. I really like what they did. Bay Area funk, I really like it.
Yeah, you don't rate Bay Area funk. Let me read this bar. I do
rate Bay Area funk.
No, I said he doesn't. J. Cole doesn't.
Why not?
Because who the fuck does? Shut the fuck up, AC, man.
What's J. Cole got against the Bay Area?
I don't know, man.
Where's J. Cole from?
He hates the Bay Area. He's from North Carolina. He hates the Bay Area. They hate the Bay Area. Well, he was like, yo, fuck the Bay Area. I don't like no one from the Bay Area. I don't like no one who listens to music from the Bay Area. Fuck all you motherfuckers.
Well, I've never listened to J. Cole in my life.
We'll get my TV for $3.99 at a fucking
yeah, from when he's dissing me for listening to that music. Yeah, fuck J. Cole, man.
He says J. Cole said fuck AC. Right. So anyway, he said, who they debating is better. Let's face it. He ain't one of the greatest. No Bill Cosby shit. But if niggas is sleeping, then fuck him. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he's not really applying that to women, though, is he? On that?
No.
Yeah.
He didn't mention women.
And what about the other bit?
The other bit was I don't think they mentioned that bit. No one would because it's not really
the blocking thing, where he fucks women and blocks them or something.
I don't think that's a bar that anyone else cared about.
Right. Okay.
So it's not a newsworthy line. People like that. I feel like. We've said this before, like rape jokes not cool, don't do it. Rape jokes aren't funny. Terry was very clear that rape jokes aren't funny. I said that the Dave Chappelle rape joke was funny because I guess it's not really a joke about a rape. I don't know, but again, it's a personal thing. I don't.
What else?
When it comes to rap,
yeah,
you're saying things. You're trying to make punchlines that are shocking or that are memorable, and you're doing things in a certain way. To me, that Bill, it's a stupid. Like it's not a great line. He's not a great. To me, J. Cole's not a great rapper. He's not a punchline rapper. To me, he's kind of like Joey Badass. Like I can't think of a memorable line. They make words rhyme, But Talib Kweli, like I know it's bad to say, yeah, but Talib Kweli has some really good punchlines and some good memorable lines, but he also has some really, really bad ones. Yellow like canaries. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yellow like canaries. Like, shut the fuck up. That's the wackest bar ever.
Canaries are yellow, though.
Yeah.
He's got a point.
It's like,
He's got a point, yeah. Like,
Yeah,
but what about Eric Sermon's punchlines?
Eric Sermon is a terrible, terrible rapper.
I remember Answer having a whole rant about Eric Sermon's punchlines on the way back from somewhere in the car.
yeah, what he said they were shit.
Yeah, he was going
They
mad
are,
about it.
because they are.
I don't remember any,
He was like,
good ones.
He was like, I'm an N-word with an attitude like NWA or something like that.
Oh, that is really bad.
But I don't know if that's
even
actually one of his punchlines.
Yeah.
But that's what Answer was saying.
It sounds exactly like something
Probably.
Eric Sermon would say.
Some people just aren't good with punchlines and wordplay like that. Kendrick would have murdered that. Kendrick would have found a way to make that 10 times better. But like, I get what he's saying. I've said stuff not like that, but even in what's the last track I did? I'm like the greatest. I got it shaking. Like that's a kind of a what's it called? A Muhammad Ali Parkinson's line.
Oh, so you're gonna have a Twitter mob on you soon for making fun of disabilities.
You said on that Charlie
diseases.
Scott tune, you said something about like Michael Jackson's doctor as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I did that
Conrad
one
Murray.
Conrad Murray. I kill Mike's. I kill Mike's like Conrad Murray.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
I don't know why that always sticks in my head.
Even that
I like
is
that.
not
That's a good punchline. I like that.
It's an okay punchline, and it's only okay at the time because it was like really close to when it happened. And I kill Mike's like, but it's not a great line. Like the Bill Cosby line is not a great line. But then at the same time, if you ask J. Cole, he probably wouldn't have said it's a great line either. It's just some filler to the whole verse was filler.
But we're missing the point that he said, I'm not on some Bill Cosby shit.
Yeah. He said, I'm not Bill Cosby shit.
I didn't say like Bill Cosby.
But if they're sleeping, then fuck them. And again, he's not saying because it's a metaphor. So it's not even like, he's not saying if they're literally sleeping.
No.
Fuck them.
Sleeping in the hip hop terms. If you're sleeping on me.
Sleeping on him, he means people sleeping on him, innit?
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know, maybe Nova got that wrong then, innit?
He has got it wrong, but I know what he's trying to do because Nova's doing what Nova does, innit? So he's gonna do the typical.
Nova's opinion. Nova puts stuff out like that, and that's what Nova does, and he's got every right to.
Nova's what's it called? What they say? A lefty snowflake. Nova's a typical. Nova's a wokey lefty.
I wouldn't say Nova's a snowflake because like
he's not a snowflake.
No,
certain people's chins will tell you.
Nah, okay, we're not doing that. We're not doing that, man.
Nova's got every right to do that because that's what Nova does. Like, that's why Nova will pick stuff out like that. Yeah. And I don't necessarily agree with what he's saying, but he's got a point into what he's saying because that's Nova. Like that's
I used to think a lot of stuff Nova was saying was too extreme or whatever, and then now I'm just like, no, you know what, he was actually right.
He's always on the right side of he's always on the right side of history, Nova. Like you can't really pull him up for being like for not knowing what he's talking about.
But at the same time, I feel like if someone else had said that, Nova would be able to have an argument to say, no, this is hip hop. This is what we do in the culture. You're judging us incorrectly. You're looking at the situation from a wrong way. If you break it down, that's not what he said. That's not what he's saying.
Yeah.
But it is making light of the Bill Cosby situation. So on that side of things, I do get what he's saying.
And they do say actually, you know, if you got a dark sense of humor, you're more likely to get Alzheimer's and die of it.
Oh well, that's us.
I'm gone next.
No, do you know what?
Yeah.
All right. Now, serious note. Yeah, different subject. About 6 months ago, I was having this problem where around when we started the podcast, I was having this problem, where I would just forget shit, like stuff that I should know, like names and shit. All the time. And apparently, it's to do with like stress as well. Like
stress. Yeah.
But I thought I was gone. I was like, oh shit. I was like, and that typical man thing. I was like, yeah, probably gonna die. Oh well, is what it is.
That's how I was a few months ago.
Let's watch some cartoons.
Yeah, let's watch some cartoons.
I was in the same way. when I was really stressed out, I was forget. It wasn't like I'm forgetting like loads of stuff, but certain things people ask me to do, I just forget. And they said that to you. I have to repeat myself now. And I'm like, yeah, but I forgot innit. So.
You know what the worst one was? I don't know why this sticks out to me, yeah. But I forgot Tom Cruise's name. And I was like, because I was forgetting loads of names, of names all the time. Only names as well. Like I weren't forgetting other shit, just names. I weren't forgetting names of fucking food, but I was forgetting names of people like that I should definitely know.
Yeah,
and
I remember sitting all the time.
So and what I started to do was I would write a list of like the words I would forget and be like, how many times it happened a day. And then weirdly, when I started doing that, it kind of stopped. But yeah, one of them.
You're training your brain. That's why people do Sudoku and stuff like that. Because if you don't train our brain to be on point, is you lose it, and that's you training your brain.
Yeah.
But I thought it was going to be a problem because I was like, yeah, that whole Tom Cruise thing happened where I sat in bed and I was like, no, I'm not gonna Google the name. I need to remember who is this person, who is it. And in the end, I just had to fucking Google it. Just Google Mission Impossible. Oh, Tom Cruise. Yeah. But I was thinking, shit, like what happens when I start doing shows again? Or how am I going to remember songs? And I was like, is this going to fuck up remembering songs? And then New Year's, the first song I did, I remembered all the lyrics for that. Then like throughout the obviously been dropping a track a week, was remembering all the lyrics. I was like, okay, it can't be that bad. My Japanese was still working. I'm still remembering fucking new Japanese words. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
That's age as well, though, mate. That's not really anything to do with it's stress and stuff like that, but it's just your synapses not firing as fast as it used to. Like I see it all the time with students. Like if I get like I don't know, 15, 16-year-olds and they really want to learn to DJ, you've never seen anybody pick. It's actually quite scary how fast they pick stuff up because their synapses are firing so quickly. Once you start getting past like 35, your synapses just slow down like every other part of your body. Like, and that's why you need to like kind of train it.
Yeah.
But this is what I like.
Physical.
I like this idea of like learning to skate at 40 years old. Because it's like, to me, it's kind of like, it's a challenge, isn't it? It's like, a lot of people don't do a lot of new things after a certain age. They say a fool at 40 is a fool forever. Like you can't teach an old dog new tricks. But it's like, yeah, well, let's see. It's kind of like, because we've been told certain things, we just act that way. Like, oh, well, that's what I'm supposed to be like. And it's like, no.
Just repetition. Anybody can learn anything. It's just repetition.
Yeah.
All it is.
That's true. You know, and even like, you know, when you're talking about the J. Cole thing, So you see like Brother Lynch Hung, Like, I wouldn't listen to a Brother Lynch Hung album and think he's like promoting cannibalism and, you know.
Because you know what it is though? It's understanding a character.
But didn't he actually turn out to be a cannibal?
No. That was a Lurch, Big Lurch.
Oh, it's Big Lurch, yeah.
But he was on the Dust or the Buff Sauce.
They interviewed Brother Lynch Hung, DJ Vlad, and he said, if you was served human meat, would you eat it? And he said he'd have to see Vlad cook it first,
right, and
then he'd eat it.
See if he seasoned it.
Possibly, yeah. Maybe he wanted Salt Bay.
He watched the meat first.
He might want Salt Bay to do it.
That's some weird
Salt Bay?
No, just wanting to eat people. But then again, it's a Vlad interview, so everyone's gonna say some stupid shit on a Vlad interview. Yeah,
because I don't think Brother Lynch Hung really wants to eat people. I think he's just like, you know, he's just fascinated with talking about.
He won't make the effort to eat someone, but if someone serves it up to him,
someone serves it up to him. Like, you know, maybe if he went to the place where there's still certain cannibal tribes. I think in Madagascar they got some that are cannibals, haven't they? Still or not?
I don't know.
So maybe if he went there,
animals.
All I want to know about Madagascar is like Chris Rock as a zebra.
Oh, okay. Because out there, when they kill humans, they call them the long pig. Because humans taste like pork. And then they, you know, when they're roasting them on the spindle over the fire.
I think we're done.
The long pig. Because in Archer, remember in Archer, you know Archer, the geezer, his servant. What's his servant called? His butler?
Yeah, I can't remember what his butler's called. But
he was talking about the long pig in that. But that's what they call human beings, the long pig, when they eat them and stuff, isn't it? But then that's where they get like.
Stop saying long pig.
That's put me off.
My fault. That's what they call
it. That's put me off pork for life.
But then the flipping, like, that's where they get CJD as well, isn't it? From eating brains.
Right.
When they'd war, the tribes would war.
But do you have to eat the brains though?
No, but they would eat brains, yeah.
Right.
And then CJD,
innit?
but they called it Kuru. So that
Right.
was their, and because that's where they observe people getting
Not
CJD.
the long chicken, because it tastes like chicken.
Nah. And
The
then,
white chicken.
So and then in England, when people started getting CJD and BSE and all that, and it was the same symptoms, they were like,
They're eating long pig.
But yeah, spongy encephalitis, because the cows had eaten their own brains, innit? They fed cows their own brain, so the prion protein is in the brain, innit? And then the prion protein goes from the cow that ate the offal, and then it's in there, in all of their meat, and then a lot of humans were eating burgers with brains in them and all that kind of stuff, innit?
That's fucked.
So then, and the prion protein, like people saying, oh, you just cook the beef properly, but that prion protein, they did it in a furnace at 5,000 degrees, and it was still there. So that ain't getting killed.
Didn't they say that the mad cow disease, it doesn't show in humans till like after like 60 years or something?
They thought there was going to be a big, 25 years
Okay.
after that whole scare, they thought there's going to be about hundreds of thousands of people dying in the UK of CJD.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. Was it called CJD?
Yeah.
But the
Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease.
The C might be COVID.
COVID.
Oh shit! Terror was right, man. Terror was right this whole time. They lied. He lied.
I could just. All I'm thinking now is like a Madagascan tribesman going to like Gordon Ramsay's restaurant and like and like, what can we get you, sir? Some long pig.
I would take the
long pig.
Oh shit! Wait.
What's that flyer? Oh shit!
You designed this, AC.
Yeah. What was on the front again? Oh man, bro.
That's crazy.
Man. Crazy.
For those who can't see, this is a flyer. We used to do a night back in the day. Back in the day.
Was that in Harrow?
Was on the back. Yeah, in Harrow.
Trinity Bar. At
Trinity. This is Terror Slim's launch party. Terror Slim single Go. Produced by Beat Butcher. And the DJs on the night were Answer, Beat Butcher, DJ Matt, a name I'm not saying because we don't speak about him anymore. My sister's ex anyway. Live PAs, Terror Slim, AC, Foreign Beggars, Double Edge, hosted by Genesis Elijah. That's a crazy lineup, you know. That's a crazy lineup. Wow. 2003.
Wow.
Shit. We done stuff, guys. We done stuff. And on that note, we're getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
It's been for a podcast where we had no idea what we were going to talk about. Yeah. We actually did all right.
We talked about stuff, innit? Yeah.
We talked about some stuff. We got to edit some stuff out so no one knows where AC lives. But apart from that, it's been pretty cool. Way too much talks about.
Comfortable enough to talk about his oral fetish.
No, man, come on, man.
AC's like, listen. I'll open my mouth wide, and let the roof of my mouth caress.
Or was it the truck stop?
No, the truck stop. Was it the glockal?
The glottal stop.
Glockenspiel.
Yeah. Glottal stop.
I'll open my mouth with a glockal stop. I ain't telling you motherfuckers where I live. But yeah.
Cut it right now. AC lives in.
Bro,
don't do it, man.
Oh, shit.
Don't do it. I got people after me in that.
It's deep out here, man. We're still 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know what I mean? So
we've got the drum and bass mafia looking for where he lives.
Got to be careful.
No, it's not even that. I've just got 1 foot in the grave, man. So, you know,
1 foot in the grave, 1 foot in the road. Got to be careful out here, man. But rest of you also be careful. Stay safe. Be good. And we will catch you next week, man. It's all peace. It's all love. Please don't take anything we say seriously. Don't take it to heart, man.
We should have the South Park. You know how they have that disclaimer in it at the beginning. We should have that.
Yeah, just know we're not fucking doctors, man.
Yeah, we're definitely not doctors. Don't take anything we say don't take it as medical advice at all.
Please don't.
No, we really should do a thing where we give people bad medical advice.
Yeah, like, oh, my legs hurt.
Why don't we just get a doctor on here?
I actually know a doctor.
Right, there you go.
I know
That's the
doctors
next
actually.
guest. Yeah.
And he was also a grime fan. So
Yeah.
we got some doctors in here. If you have any medical problems, let us know, and we will get a doctor on to come and give you some proper medical advice.
I know gynecologists as well, so we can specialise in the women's questions one week.
I know gynecologists as well. Yeah.
Mad job. Feel sorry for them. But yeah. All right, guys, have a good one.
Favourite gin is Long Dark Tunnel. On that note, please.
Fuck you, though. All right, ladies, we're good. Peace.
Oh shit, I got a story actually. One girl told me, yeah.
Oh, God.
Go on, man. Go on. Wait.
She got a tampon stuck up her, innit?
What the wait, stop. All right, done, we're done. Cool. All right, guys, we'll catch you next week. Peace.